Hello, hello, hello. This is Donna from Inspired to Create. And for my design team project for Happiness in Crafting, G. Kerr, we are doing one of these large journals. But we are using the Shabby French Collection digital kit. You can go on over to her Etsy shop, Happiness in Crafting, and pick up this kit and craft along with me, and let's get started. Isn't it gorgeous? And it comes with 12 pages to play with, 3 pages, a total of 12 journal cards, postcards, whatever you want to make with those, and 3 pages, a total of 66 pieces of embellishment ephemera to use in your journal. So go on over, grab your kit. It's only, I think, just a little over $5. And come along and craft along with me, and let's have some fun. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing that you need to do is you need to trim your papers and fold them in half. You want to trim off all of the border all the way around and fold them in half to determine the size of the cover that you're going to need. Okay? For this one, I'm going to use a hardback book, and we are going to make that that cover, I think, today after we get our papers done. So I'll come right back. Okay, what we're doing is we're trimming off the border around all of our paper. Okay, now we've got that done. Move this out of the way. Now, what we're going to do now is I have printed 2 pieces onto cardstock. These are going to be the covers of my signatures. Okay, that one's on paper. We'll move that out of the way. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold those in half. Get that out of the way. There's one. And now let's do the other one. We're just going to fold it in half, getting all 4 corners even. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to decide how we want our papers, but first we just need to fold them all in half. You know, I'm going to glue some of these to some coffee dyed paper. So, first thing I need to do is pull out my coffee dyed paper, decide, because I want a pocket, and decide what I want on there. Let's see. I think I'll use this sheet. And of course it will have to be trimmed down, but we can do that after we get it onto there. So I'm going to bring my glue mat back in. This is just all this is just a placemat, a plastic placemat that I picked up at Dollar Tree. And now I'm going to come back in with my glue. Okay, I'm going to come back in with my glue, and I'm going to go down along the edges. Wait a minute, I've got 2 pieces there, haven't I? Sorry about that. I'm just going to go along the very edge with my glue, and I will probably go back and stitch around the edges of these, but because not everyone has a sewing machine, and for the sake of this video and time, I am going to just glue this, and here I am talking and glued all the way around, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll just have a thick page there. Now, next thing I want to do is I want to put this right up to the edge and corner and smooth it down. And then we will let that dry, and we will come back and trim all this excess off. Let's go ahead and do another page. Okay. This time I'm going to go down the sides and the bottom only. And where's my paper? Choose myself a paper, and I think I'm going to use, let's see, which paper? I think I'm going to use this paper. No, I need coffee paper. Wake up, Donna. Time to wake up and smell the roses. Okay, so we're going to put this right at the very top, like so, and smooth it down. Okay. So there we have those two, and what that will do is when this is sewed in, it will give us a pocket from the top. So there's 2 pages. Lay that one aside to dry. This time I'm going to go across the tops and leave the sides open to do side pockets. Okay. Just simply take your glue, go across that top edge, and it doesn't take a whole lot of glue, just a small stream of glue across there. You don't need to waste your glue. Just a small stream of glue across there. Get this back in frame, so I'm in frame. Another piece of coffee dyed paper. Let's see. How about this piece? Put it down. And again, let's see. I want to go in this corner on this one, lining it up with that top edge and the side. Whoop. We can always go back and trim it off if need be. Okay. Now this one will be a pocket here and a pocket here when it goes in. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and trim those off, and I'll come right back. Okay, for this next page, I've trimmed the border off the page. Now all I'm going to do is I've taken a sheet of ledger paper because I like to put that in every journal. You know, we all have our bank cards that we use these days, and we have to keep track of our spending, so it's wonderful to have that in our journals. So I've just trimmed my page down. This is a long one. You can get the one that's the size of your sheet. I've trimmed it down, and I'm going to glue, leaving this part open, this side and the bottom. Actually, yeah, I'm going to glue the top and the bottom. So let's get that done. So I'm just going to go along the top edge of the paper, get my glue back down there with a small thin line of glue. It doesn't take a lot. Very carefully along that very edge. There. Same thing at the bottom. And now I'm just going to sit this down on there, very carefully lining up those edges. Okay, let's see. Well, lift that back off and try again. Let's see. We can always trim it off if need be, which I'm going to have to do here. I can see. All right. That will be okay like that. We can always put some lace across the top or trim that off. And now we'll just fold that in half. And place it in our book, making sure we get our pages the right way. We do not want to have any upside down. Let's check that real quick. That we can cover with some collagen. So far we're good. Good. Upside down. Let's turn that one around. Just a second, babe. Let's turn this one around. And there. Okay, now I have, in my stash, I have some colored papers. And what I am doing is I want to add, because I like the way this looks with this, to give it a little bit more character, I'm going to put that right at the top of that page. Then I'm going to bring it back in where I want it in my journal. I'm going to fold this over, get it all down to the top, and I'm going to mark here and here where I need to cut it. So I will do that and be right back. So let's take a look at what we have so far. Okay, we've got our signature cover, and we have this page, and I believe it is a solid page. Yes, it is a solid page. And then we have coffee dyed paper. I believe this page is a pocket on the side for storage. Have a pocket at the top, I believe, on this one. And we have this, and we'll put a pocket or something there. We have this. And then we have our ledger paper. So that's what we have so far. And I love the way this and the green here, I don't know if you can really see the green of that. It picks up the green here to make it flow. And then we've got this, and we'll be putting a pocket or something there, doing something there. And why is that upside down? Let's turn that around to make sure we have that correct. Yes. That's one thing you always have to do, is be very careful that you do not get your pages upside down in your journal, because that it's very, very easy to do. And you get it all sewed in, and then you realize you've got a page upside down. Okay, so far we've got 14 pages in this signature, which is a total of 7 pages. So we can add 3 more pages into this signature. So let me think about what I want to add, and I'll come back. Okay, so I had purchased the Letters to Rose kit that G also has in her shop, Etsy shop, and I am going to incorporate it in with this Shabby French kit because I'm doing a story behind it, and that will be a surprise when I do the final showing. I love these, the love story that the Letters to Rose tell. It's just very, very romantic, and since this is February, I thought that would be a nice addition to our journal. So go on over if you want and purchase that kit as well and add it in with yours, or you can just do like this one, and just do as we are going along with what you have in your stash. Like I said, I had purchased this one, so I'm going to add it in. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down. Again, we're just going to glue this down onto some paper. And I'm going to leave it open at the sides. So I'm just going across the top and across the bottom, a steady stream. It doesn't have to be a heavy stream of glue. You do not want to use too much glue because then it's just kind of wasteful. So that's what I'm doing. I've got my paper. I'm going to bring it back over and try to line that up as best as I can. And now I'm just going to trim that off. Okay, so we've got that page glued. Now let's go and see where we wanted to put that. And I think I want to put it right here. Now let's do another flip through to see how that looks. So we've got our signature cover, have our first page. Okay. We have our second page with a pocket at the side. We have our third page, and I think I made it a pocket at the side as well, but that's okay. Another page. We have another page, but it's a pocket at the top. And we have this page. Another one with a pocket at the side, and the ledger. So let's see, how many pages do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can add 2 more pages into this. But I think because it is getting thick, because we've doubled those pages, I might just leave this signature as the way it is. Now we will do the next signature. I'll come back and we will do the next signature. But I want to explain how we decide our cover. I have this book. It is a hardback book, and it is dated, let's see, copyright 1962. So I'm going to gut this book, and it is going to be the one that we use for our journal. But what I want to tell you is to explain the size of the book that you need. So this one, you can see, it's plenty wide. And it leaves me a little bit of space at the top and a little bit of space at the bottom, which is good. So that's what we want to look for when we're looking for a book and the size of the book. So to gut the book, all we're going to do, we're going to open this book up, and you can see here, see the space here and the space here? That is where we're going to very carefully cut. I have a utility knife. We're going to, facing towards this part of the book, the pages, we're going to cut at an angle going down. Let's see, my blade's not the best in the world. See if I can do this without Now, next, I'm going to turn it around, and I'm going to do the same thing over here, aiming towards the paper part of the book. Okay, this we will keep. We can use it. Now I'm just going to take some scissors, and I'm going to cut this excess here off to kind of clean it up a little bit, and then we will come back and talk about the center of the book. And that's going to be all, because the video is getting long for this first episode. We will come back and finish up this cover.